Hello everyone, this is MD Nuruddin Islam, and welcome back to MN Zone 1, YouTube channel. How are you all? Hope you all are well. ZTE Axon 40 Ultra with UD selfie and triple 64 megapixels cameras unveiled. Axon 40 Pro joins it. The ZTE Axon 40 Ultra arrived on schedule and it is everything we thought it would be. ZTE is on its third generation under-display selfie camera, and this time it is confident enough in the tech to put it on the Ultra model. Previously, it was the Axon 25G and Axon 35G that had the UD cameras. Joining it today is a Pro model that misses out on the UD camera, but ups the display refresh rate. This generation we're looking at a slightly smaller 6.8 inches AMOLED display, compared to 6.92 on the 35G, with 400 pixels per inch pixel density, 1116 x 2480 px resolution, and 120 Hz refresh rate, 360 Hz touch sampling ray. By the way, the 30 Ultra had a 6.67, 144 Hz display. If that's what you want, check out the 40 Pro below. Back to the Ultra, ZTE is using a new UDC Pro chip to drive the display and a new sub-pixel arrangement over the camera to make the area more uniform. This is a 10-bit panel with 100% DCI-P3 coverage. It is also quite bright with a peak of 1500 nits or 1440 Hz high-frequency PWM dimming, like its predecessor. The Axon 40 Ultra brings a triple 64 megapixels camera, with the wide and ultra-wide modules using a customized Sony IMX787 sensor. The selfie camera features a 16 megapixels sensor with 1.12 micrometers pixels, 2.24 micrometers with binning. The main camera has a 7p lens with a bright f1.6 aperture and 35 mm focal length. This camera has optical image stabilization (OIS) and omnidirectional autofocus as well. The ultra-wide module has a 16mm lens f2.35 with autofocus, which allows it to capture macro shots at 4 cm distance. Again, both of these modules use a custom IMX787 sensor. Moving on to the telephoto module, it has a periscope lens with 91mm focal length and an f3.5 aperture and OIS. Sitting at the end of that is another 64 megapixels sensor, unknown. 1/2 optical format. There is no fourth camera here, but that's not the end of it either. There is also a 3D ToF sensor for focus assistance and a flicker sensor. The Ultra pulls off a rare feat. It can record 8K video with all three of its rear cameras. Also, it can keep all three cameras active simultaneously, allowing you to quickly switch between focal lengths. The ZTE Axon 40 Ultra is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset. It starts off with 8GB of RAM, but you can also get 12GB and even 16GB, its LPDDR5 RAM. That last one is exclusive to the version with 1TB of storage. 512GB and 256GB options are also available. UFS 3.1 storage. All of this is kept cool by a large 36,356 square millimeters vapor chamber. The phone houses a large 5000 mAh battery that supports 80W fast charging over USB-C. The Type-C port also handle audio out. The Snapdragon sound platform is tasked with handling the sound, and there is support for DTS X Ultra for the stereo speakers. An X-axis linear motor does the haptic feedback. The Axon 40 Ultra is currently available for pre-booking at Tmall.com in China with a starting price of 5,000 Chinese yuan, $745 per 710 euros per 57,500 rupees, for the base 8/256 of a gigabyte model and 5,300 Chinese yuan for the 12/256 of a gigabyte option. There is a trade-in option that can drop the price by 2,022 Chinese yuan. The first open sale will be on May 13th, Friday, although some color memory combos may not be available until a week later, e.g. 12/256 of a gigabyte in gold is scheduled for May 20th. The Ultra will be available globally through the Stedevices.com site starting in June. Prices are TBA. Also, there's no indication if and when the 512GB and 1TB versions will be available. The ZTE Axon 40 Pro sticks with a punch hole for its selfie camera and has a 6.67, 144 Hz display that is similar to last year's Ultra. It is a 10-bit AMOLED panel, curved, with 1080 x 2400 px resolution. 1000 nits of peak brightness and 100% DCI-P3 coverage. Unlike the selfie cam, the fingerprint reader is under the display. This model is powered by the old but gold Snapdragon 870 chipset. paired with 8/12 of a gigabyte of RAM and 256 512 of a gigabyte storage. Like with the Ultra, storage is not expandable and runs iOS 12, based on Android 12. The Pro also has a different recipe for its camera. The main shooter is a 100 megapixels module with a 1/1.52 sensor and an f1.9 aperture. Joining it is a fairly regular 8 megapixels ultra-wide-angle module, 120 degrees, a macro camera, 4 centimeters, and a depth sensor. On the front, a 16 megapixels sensor. The Pro has preserved some of the goodies of the Ultra, including stereo speakers with DTS X Ultra audio decoding. The battery is the same size at 5000 mAh, though it drops to 66W fast charging. There's no word on the pricing and release date for the ZTE Axon 4. So this was our video today. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, please give it a like in the video. Keep subscribing to the channel. See you all in the next video.